What's going on, guys? It's your boy John, a Liquidator, coming back with another video. Look like one ESPN host is calling WNBA Commissioner Cathy Englebert a liar. Guys, for this one here, we got to go to Las Vegas. Let's get it. Let's go. Now, I told y'all, man, this was going to be the biggest story for a while. That is Cathy pretty much saying and not saying that she didn't say what she said about Caitlin Clark. Now, Nafisa Collier set the internet and the sports world on fire during her exit interview when she made it apparent that Cathy Englebert was not in willing stance when negotiation for the CBA, and she made some harsh comments about Caitlin Clark money. If you guys have not seen the video before this one, I highly recommend you guys go check it out. The notifications did not come out, but I put together a sequence of Cathy speaking about Caitlin Clark's salary way before Nafisa Collier said anything. It's a banger. You might want to go look at it. But with all that being said, in this video right here, we're going to be talking about ESPN host Chiney calling out Cathy for her recent comments on the stance of the CBA negotiations. Let's head over to X and pull it up right now. Now, this is Chiney pretty much putting Cathy on blast yet again. I mean, man, it is just not a good outing for Cathy, bro. I think it's going to be like this until she stepped down. Stephen A. Smith been speaking about it all week. He thinks she should step down. I definitely think she should step down. But let's check out Chiney.
She said never shied away from tough situations. But unfortunately, the reality is she shied away from tough conversations, which is a negotiation. In order to have a negotiation, you have to have conversations. And I think it's apparent, abundantly clear, that there has been a great divide between the players and our commissioner or the league office in order to have productive conversations. And now Nafisa's statement that she made in her exit interview is accountability. WNBA players never want to throw out all the smoke. They don't. They only do it when necessary. They're always strategic. They're always calculated. You talk about the t-shirts they wore at All-Star. That was a collective decision. These are members of the executive committee of the WNBA making these statements. And obviously, they understand the magnitude of the moment. We're here at a WNBA Finals in an unprecedented year. These players are going to stand on business on the court, but most importantly, they're going to do what the W has always done. They're going to stand on business off the court and fight for what they believe they deserve. And I want people to understand, because oftentimes we mention CBA or we talk to the WNBA, we always compare it to the NBA. Well, the truth is, I said this before, comparison is a thief of joy. You think of revenue share and you're like, oh, they want the same. They want equal. No, they just want a fair share. They want to outpace inflation. They want to grow as the business grows. That is where things are at right now. So these women are smart. They've done the numbers. They run the numbers. I know this because I was previously on the executive committee, and everyone is playing their role to get to a point where they avoid a lockout. They keep this product on the floor. But in order to do that, you have to have conversations, and now it feels like it's been wasted time, and that's on Cathy, unfortunately.
So that was Chiney, man, speaking about it last night during the finals, bro. A lot of people is not feeling what Cathy had to say. ESPNW said, she said, I've never shied away from tough situations. We heard her say, but she didn't shy away from tough conversations. That is what Chiney had to say. Now, this is what Cathy stated yesterday during her press conference, and we finna check it out right now, man. Like, to me, I feel like ESPN is playing both sides, bro. I just gotta be honest, man. Like, y'all playing both sides, because they also share this too on their WNBA Commissioner Cathy Englebert. Both to the media. Let's give it a listen.
It's great to be here. Good evening, everyone. WNBA Finals ready to tip off Game 1. It's our 29th WNBA Finals. Exciting night here in Las Vegas as the Aces prepare to take on the Phoenix Mercury in the first ever best-of-7 finals series. The Aces have been on a remarkable run from winning 21 of their last 24 games to pulling off an incredible overtime victory in a decisive Game 5 just earlier this week. And their season definitely has been defined as resilience. On the other side, you have the Mercury, a team that has embodied toughness, togetherness, and belief all year long to get here. So I think WNBA fans everywhere can feel it. This has the makings of a finals to remember. So congratulations to both teams. I want to take a moment to address some important conversations happening across the WNBA, including remarks made earlier this week by Nafisa Collier. First, let me repeat this. You saw it in my statement, but I have the utmost respect for Nafisa and for every single player in our league. They are at the center of everything we do. I was disheartened to hear that some players feel the league and me personally do not care about them or listen to them. And if the players in the W don't feel appreciated and valued by the league, then we have to do better and I have to do better. We know how great these players are on and off the court, how much they mean to our league, our fans, and our communities. If they don't feel that, I will do everything I can to change that. No one should ever doubt how deeply I care about this league, this game, and every single player who makes the WNBA what it is. So we value feedback, we listen to criticism, we remain committed to engaging in the difficult but necessary conversations that ultimately make us all stronger and better. As it relates to officiating and gameplay on the court, we hear the concerns, we take them seriously. Our game is faster, featuring more talent, and the game is more competitive than ever before. And with that evolution, game rules, interpretation, and officiating has to keep pace. Every major sport goes through this. Rules evolve, officiating adapts, standards shift alongside the growth of the game. The WNBA is no different. At the conclusion of the season, as we do every year, the league's competition committee will meet to evaluate the state of the game, which includes game rules, officiating, and player safety on the court. The Players Association and players, as always, are invited to engage. Also, beyond that, we are establishing a multi-stakeholder task force, call it like a state of the game committee, inviting player voices and other stakeholders to that table to ensure that our officiated platform evolves in step with the growth of the league. We'll have more details on that in the coming weeks. And referees and their work serve the game. That service at the highest level requires alignment with its stakeholders to perform and be held accountable to that performance based on that alignment. I think it's pretty clear that we're misaligned currently on what our stakeholders want from officiating. We have heard loud and clear that we have not lived up to that needed alignment, and that attention and change is needed to serve the WNBA to the level of excellence that is not currently being met in the various stakeholders' eyes. There are no greater stakeholders than our players. Their voice is integral to the alignment that is required for good officiating, and we look forward to including their perspectives on how our staff can better serve the game moving forward. So through the competition committee and the state of the game committee I've mentioned, we will take a hard look at what the proper line should be for good, aggressive play that we recognize has evolved into rough play, and how to calibrate the line for legal and illegal contact to ensure player safety and exciting competition. We owe it to the players, our fans, and the next generation to keep building a movement that not only showcases the best athletes in the world, but also inspires millions who dream of following in their footsteps. That's the mission. That's the heart of the WNBA. And that's what unites us all, players, coaches, fans, and partners in pushing this game forward. We all love this game immensely. Together, we've made incredible progress. We've eclipsed previous records. We've expanded our footprint, and we've bolstered the position of our league. And since I know you will ask me about the CBA, I want to briefly cover this. We continue to meet and have important conversations with the Players Association. I want to reiterate that we want much of the same things that the players want. We want to significantly, and I mean significantly, increase their salary and benefits, while also supporting the long-term growth and viability of the WNBA. We have made proposals to that end. We've been meeting regularly throughout the summer and playoffs, and we will continue to negotiate in good faith until we get a transformative deal done. So in closing, these finals mark the end of what has been a landmark season for the WNBA, a season defined not just by the remarkable play on the court, but by the passion, the investment, and the belief in what this league can become. There is still much work to do, and we welcome that work, because the WNBA has always been about building something bigger than the game itself. And we know the best way forward is together. And one last item, a big shout out to my team. I am so blessed to be working with so many amazing colleagues at the league office. When I came in, we had very few people working in the W. Now we have hundreds working tirelessly on behalf of the league and the players, and thousands if you include the teams. I have so much gratitude in times like this for how great our team is and how hard they work. They are the best in women's sports for sure, and they have shined over the last couple of years with their broad capabilities, innovative thinking, stellar execution, and endless passion for doing their best for the players in this game.